Okay, it's here. All right. Hello. Hi, baby. How are you? I have a lot going on here. As you can see, the desk is a mess. Food. Just put you to the side. Receipts for the food. How are you today, baby girl? Hello, hello, hello. So, let me put these cards on here to cleanse. Today I want to talk about when to and when not to do magic. That's important, guys. We're at this point where you so funny, Black Karma. Hi. Hello. Hi, Janet. How are you today? I hope everybody that's watching is having a pretty good day. This full moon with this eclipse was crazy, guys. I'm doing all this to look for my lip gloss and I ain't finding it. So let's look in the purse. This energy that came with this full moon and eclipse was unbelievable. The emotions were extreme, and oh, that's good. That's good, Janet. You said much needed live. Yes, it is a much needed live. These last few weeks have been, the emotions have just been extreme, especially with this full moon we just had yesterday. So I know that a lot of people are ready to indulge in some extreme dark shit. It is the eclipse in Scorpio. The sun is in Scorpio. The moon is in Scorpio. And it is just a time we have, I believe we have a couple of planets also in Scorpio. I'm not an astrologer, but I do know the sun and the moon is, and it's just been crazy. Okay, it's been crazy. So I wanted to talk about when to and when not to do magic because, of course, everybody is ready to start fucking some shit up. I hope y'all can see. Let's bring this up. All right. So I'm using the dry erase board just so we can have a reference point in this, guys. Okay. So we're going to start off with love because usually when people get into, let me calm the camera down. Okay. Usually when people get into magic, it's usually for love in the beginning. Okay. And it's usually because they're trying to have someone come back to them, or they're trying to attract love, or they're and their partner is having some issues. And again, they're trying to get that person to come back. It's always about a specific person. And by the time you get into your magic and that person comes back to you and you have a few experiences with that person, a couple of years in, you won't even want them because they've treated you so bad and you've done the magic and you've done all this and you've realized it wasn't worth it in the long run. And that's usually why when you meet a healer, they will try to deter you from doing love work, because if the relationship isn't working out, it doesn't make sense to do love work. You don't want to tie somebody to you who's treating you badly, who's not respecting you, who is cheating on you or doing whatever, abusing you in any way. Or if you look at my energy video, if there are any of those type of energetic partner, except for the one that's giving you all the things that you need, and you're giving them all the things that they need, or you're at least meeting their needs in a capacity and they're meeting your needs in a capacity. um, the relationship is meant to teach you a lesson. But a lot of us try to ignore that. So we'll try to force the relationship. Now, we force the relationship. Not only does the person is just their normal abusive self, but then because we've put a spell on them. Magic is real, guys. When you're putting this magic on a person, you're containing their energy. You're taking control and you're trying to anchor into their spirit and have control over them is really what you're doing. So with that being said, they feel like a caged animal when you're doing love work on a person. So if you're forcing a man who has left you, or if you're forcing a woman who has left you to be with you, they're going to leave you anyway. It doesn't matter. And what's going to happen is they're going to abuse you so much that you're either going to run back to the person who did the matching and ask them to reverse it, or you're going to just up and leave them and run across the country to get away from them, because the abuse, the anger, and the resentment within them won't be able to subside. They will feel like a caged animal and they will start acting like it. So you can't just be out here doing love work on people. When are you supposed to do love work? You're supposed to do love work when you and your partner is getting along, or you and your partner are living together and you want to enhance the relationship. Let's say the relationship is going good. You and a person just met. You like them, they like you. Y'all, things are going well, and you want to progress the relationship. You want y'all to move in together. Y'all have been dating for a year and you're ready to move in. Do a spell that will get y'all to move in together. You see what I'm saying? Do a spell that will enhance the relationship to get them to marry you. Things like that. Those spells are okay because it's not messing with the trajectory of each other's lives. Y'all have already chosen each other. It's just that sometimes people get comfortable and you want to take them out of that comfortable position. So you can do it with marriage. You can do it with moving in together. You can do it with soulmate relationships where you and that person are together. Now, and you can also do it with new love. If you're trying to attract new love or a sexual partner or some type of lusty situation for the night, you can do a spell, some cardamom, chew that up before you go into a club. You'll walk out with a person. Or you can just put that in any type of love or lust work, and it will help enhance the romance in the relationship, help enhance the sexual attraction in the relationship. You know what I mean? If your partner is having a hard time with their penis standing up, a lot of erectile dysfunction is because a person has threw a spell on them. They don't want the dick to work if it's not with them. You can reverse that. You can fix that. So those type of spells you can do. Okay. What you're not supposed to do is be breaking up other people's marriages and other people's home. If he left you, he left you. If she left you to go back to their wife, that's what it is. The lesson there is don't fuck around with people's husbands. It's not, that's my soulmate and I want to be with him. No. That is, why are you settling for somebody who is in something? That's God trying to teach you a lesson, and you're refusing you're refusing to learn it, and you're trying to push it off. You know how many side chicks that be thinking the wife is the other chick? They will get a reading and call the wife the third party. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. You're the third party if you're the third person and he's married or he's living with somebody. Now, if you meet someone, he's living in his home, she's living in her home, and he's equally spending time and y'all are hanging out, and that's something totally different. He's getting to know everybody, and that's fine. I suggest you do the same. Get to know people. Don't just date one person if you're dating. But if you're seeing a person and they're in a relationship, you do not need to be breaking nobody up. Also, if a person has left you for another person, do not do a spell to bring them back. Now, if they left and they, went to the military and you want to make sure they come home safely, do a spell for that. That's a great return to home spell. Something where they've gone to do something noble or have gone to, they've moved across the country for work. and you want to make sure that y'all get back together, or maybe you want to move there with him, or you want to rekindle that relationship. You can do a spell for that. But you cannot do spells to bring somebody back that has totally destroyed your life. The universe is going to let them come back and then give you the business even more. That's what's going to happen. And then it's going to be even worse than how it began. So really pay attention to that, guys. Don't horn. And this is the main part of people getting into magic. It's for love. What's also so crazy is this is the main reason why people get out of magic also. Because once they do the love spell, they have this awful response from the magic that they're not supposed to be doing, because magic wasn't meant for that. Okay? Then they want to say magic is wicked and magic is evil and magic is... No, it's the person doing the magic that's doing the wicked shit. It's the same thing with money. People will say money is the root of all evil. No, money is actually very nice and very fun, and I love to spend it. It's the wicked ass people that will do anything and stab anyone in the back for it. That's the problem. It's the people that's not willing to do what it takes to get it, which is to get your ass up every day and go to fuck to work. It's that simple. But people want to act like it's rocket science, and it's not. You just get up and you go to work. Okay, so this is one of the main reasons why people will get into magic, and this is the reason why people will get out of it, because the results wouldn't be what they were expecting. When they get back the evil person that was already showing them that they were an asshole, then all of a sudden magic is demonic and it ain't supposed to be done. No, you were doing stuff you were not supposed to be doing, and you got the results that you deserved. And that's what happens usually. Okay, so... And also, you need to know that, you're ordained to be doing that. You can't be just out here doing magic and the universe hasn't guided you to that, okay? Don't be on here after you done seen some Charmed or some shit thinking that you about to get into it. No. It's the universe having that one-on-one conversation with you and letting you know this is the path, okay? Now, for money, I love doing magic for money. You can attract whatever you want: success, money, gold, riches, abundance, notoriety, whatever you want. Okay? As long as it's... A lot of times when you're doing your magic, also, especially with money, you have ancestral endowment. You'll have money held up for you in the ethers. Let me talk about that. Let's bring it back to love. Let's say that you're with one of these awful people, okay? And God don't want you to be with them because they are not supposed to be experiencing the happiness and the joy or whatever portal God has for you on, in the heavens. Because God says, okay, it's time for Black Karma to experience her $1 million blessing. But Black Karma got John in her life, who's a fucking asshole. And God is saying, John is not a good person and John don't deserve this $1 million. So what God will do is hold your money in the ethers for you until you get rid of John. And if that takes 15 years, then you'll just be broke for 15 years until you get rid of him and show that you're in a position mentally to not bring another John in your life, then God will give you your $1 million. Okay? Now, when we get to money and we're trying to get that down, let's say we got rid of John. We ready for the money, God. We're ready for the money. You can go, I suggest you do your money spell and you light your candle and you talk to God about the money in the middle of the night when everybody is sleeping and the house is quiet and nobody is bothering you. But when you're doing that money spell in the middle of the night, you also want to make sure that, because this is when you're asking for your ancestral endowment. Okay, you're having that one-on-one conversation, you're doing your ritual, and you're talking to God about it. Boom. And it starts to come down. It may come down in one lump sum. He may trickle it down to you, a few thousand here, a few thousand there, and it may take a few years for you to get the $1 million. But he will start, it'll start coming down. That's when you're doing the money spell and it's your ancestral endowment. You can also do the money spell to just get money. And I have a bunch of little mini money spells on YouTube and on Patreon where you can just light a candle, put a certain herb on there or a certain oil and attract money. So that's very simple. Even with success, I show y'all crown of success spells. That's very simple. That's wonderful. We want that. What we don't want is I win, you lose. If you know that a person has something in their endowment, let's say you see a light in a person, or you know that a person has some money coming towards them, you are not allowed to do a spell to then, how can I say, block them from getting it. Or you cannot do things to try to inherit other people's ancestral endowment. People do that type of stuff all the time. You so funny. Oh my gosh. And see Black Karma? Okay. Exactly. Bad karma. Anyway, so with the money, you want to make sure that you're not doing anything to change another person's trajectory in life. If you know a person is due their ancestral endowment, you're not allowed to go in, and people do this all the time. This may have happened to you in the past before the universe took grip of everybody and started whipping people ass so much they don't even have time to really focus on doing the stuff that they used to do before. Okay, so you may notice that a lot of your enemies or people that were trying to bring you down are so busy with their karma, they don't have time to deal with you anymore. So you'll know who are those ones trying to change you. And let me tell you, these people that do the I win, you lose, they don't have to have a wand and be sitting there lighting a candle to do it. It can be simply the evil eye, wishing that you didn't, the little sneaky stuff, them going behind your supervisor, trying to take your job or trying to go, get money or get anything at any means necessary. It's those type of people that it's like, no, you can have your goal and go for your goal and not have a plan B and do by any means necessary with your goal without knocking anybody down. I was listening to this rapper called Little Baby talk about his name, and when he came out, it was another rapper called Da Baby that had came out at the same time. And Joe Budden asked him, were you concerned when you came out about Little Baby coming out when your name is Da Baby? And his response was no. It's enough money for everybody. The universe is not going to leave, God is not going to leave anybody out. Let's put the universe to the side because the universe has their job. The planets are moving and doing and making sure everything orchestrates properly. God has made sure that we are all taken care of. That's in the Bible too. The birds and the bees, and I don't know the right saying, but I do know he talks about how God makes sure, and I think Jesus was saying how God makes sure the birds get fed every day, and the this get fed, and the this and the that, and the air and everything is just fully in alignment. So when you're fully in alignment with your destiny and you're fully in alignment with the right magic, you don't have to do anything to take from anybody or diminish anybody. You don't have to ride nobody else's coattail to the promised land. None of that. None of that. Okay? Never alter a person's destiny when it comes to their finances and when it comes to their love. Because you don't know if the universe is going to pull that out of yours in the back end. So just leave it the way it is. Okay? Hi, Daniela. Hi, baby. Now, let's get into court work. Because people do court case spells all the time. And I am definitely for a court case spell. I don't care if it's traffic. I don't care if you got a splinter in your foot. I don't care. I'm trying to stop cussing, guys. So we're going to get it right. I don't care. Oh, I can't see him. Okay, they blocked you. Good. All right. I'm just making sure. Give me 1 second. Okay, good. All right, guys. So with court cases, I can see sometimes when people try to spam my channel now, I have YouTube blocking it. So we're looking at, I can see what they're trying. Thank you. Thank you, Black Karma. Thank you, baby. Thank you, baby. That's what we're talking about. Okay. So we have the court cases. Do your court cases. If you're a defendant and a person is, I don't care if you are innocent or not innocent, protect yourself. Do what you need to do because this is your life and ain't nobody saving you but you. I'm gonna be straightforward. I don't care if you committed the crime. If you know a spell that's gonna get you out of it, do your thing because it's your business and you can't just be sitting here taking L's all the time. So I'm not gonna tell you to throw yourself under the bus. What I am gonna say, guys, is don't be just making up stuff on people. And I hope that none of my followers will do anything crazy like this. But don't be making up anything on a person and doing a spell to make sure that case go through. Like for example, when you're trying to do a custody case, that's a lot of women, and I'm gonna say women because it's mainly us that's doing stuff, and I've never done it, but I've seen women do this often, where they will make up a lie on their ex-husband, on their baby father, and he may have been a fuck ass person when y'all were married. I don't know. I don't care. I've been there. Okay, I know what a fuck ass person is to be married to. But let's say you're divorcing them, you're mad, whatever, and y'all are getting the divorce. You can definitely do your spell to make sure that you get all the money if you want. I don't care about that. But the whole lying on people in court, calling them child molesters, doing evil, wicked things that can change the trajectory of that person's life. You see, I keep going back to destiny. You can't be fucking with destiny. You can't be just because you're angry doing certain things to affect a person's destiny because you don't know what God had set up for that person to do whatever they're supposed to do at a certain time on this day, and you're deterring them and putting them in prison, what will happen is the karma will come back onto you. I'm just saying. The karma will come back onto you by deterring that person's trajectory. Another deterring that person's trajectory problem that we have is when we're trying to save friends and family. If our child does something, we are very much welcome to save our child. I will bust it down in the courtroom. Every person in that courtroom life will be in shambles before my child go to jail. I wouldn't give two fucks. But what I won't do is if a friend called me and they've done something crazy, let me see if my door is unlocked. Give me 1 second, guys. If a friend calls me, it's not. Here you go, baby. He's been taking a good nap all day. All right. So if a friend calls me and asks me to do them a favor, let's say, now if they call and ask for a money spell, you can do a money spell. You should charge them, okay? But if you don't want to, let's say you do the money spell and you get them some money. All right. Let's say that person was supposed to have that experience. They've been they're supposed to have a karmic experience with the money, and you've jumped in and changed that trajectory and put them in a place where they got saved by that. And the universe is like, okay, we'll let that slide. And then another person come to you and you save that person. And the universe is like, okay, we'll let that slide. And you keep saving people from their karmic justice. The universe is going to add all that karmic justice up that you're saving them from and then lash your ass with it. Because the reality is they're supposed to learn a lesson and you're blocking the lesson. So they're going to still learn the lesson. The universe will give you whatever your karmic justice is for not allowing them to feel their lesson. Move you to the side. So now you so busy you can't even help them anymore. And then they will get to business on them. But you'll get a lashing for jumping in their karmic justice. Magic is only for you to conjure things that you want, you need. It is to, I don't want to say manipulate energy, because I don't like the manipulating energy, but I do like riding the energetic waves of what's actually happening in the world. Okay? And that's really what it's about. See, with my youngest baby and all. Oh. See, yeah. Thank you, Black Karma. And this is what happens. And I'm sorry you had to go through that, baby. I'm sorry you had to go through that. But yes. So you want to make sure that you're never blocking people or from their karmic justice. And I know it's hard because we love everybody, we want to save, we've come into this to help people, but it's really to help yourself. You know what I mean? It's really to help yourself. You want to make sure that you're good. Okay? So with the court cases, just make sure you're not doing stuff to hurt them. And Black Karma, you don't know, and this be the problem. You don't know who they went to do anything to you. Because a lot of times, if you're in court with these men, their mothers be out there doing shit. Like, for real. They'll be doing the spells or paying somebody to do the spell to make sure that their son win. They do not care. Like, for real, for real. So just to let you know, like, that is something that I see all the time in court cases. Whenever I have a client that come to me for something with court, it's always the boyfriend's mother, the ex-husband's mother, the aunt that's out here doing spell work to make sure he wins the case or something to that nature. So always get to protecting yourself. Now, protection work is, I think, what you should always do. You should always be clearing your path, especially when you first realize that your path is riddled with just mistakes that we've made, karma, dirt, and all the cloudiness from all the people, places, and things that we've attracted into our lives, the evil eye, and all of that type of stuff. So what I want you to do is just always make sure you are protecting yourself. I don't know any protection work that you should not do. You should always protect yourself. I don't care if it's just a simple prayer. I don't care if it's a candle lighting. I don't care if you're burning a protection incense every day in your home. You should do something to do some form of protection and cleansing. Oh, boo-boo, you look so cute. Who did your face?
Me.
Okay. No, don't. I told you don't open up the makeup.
Oh, you never said that.
Okay, go upstairs. Mommy's doing a live. Okay. So you should always be doing your protection work. Y'all know I stress that. That's like the whole first tier is about cleansing and protection, banishing work. Banishing work, guys. Banishing work. I love banishing work too. But banishing work gets on the teeter on that line of messing with people's destiny. Now, I'm open to doing banishing work on our children's relationships. But again, if they're supposed to learn a lesson, we have to allow them to learn the lesson. But if we know that they are with an awful person from jump, I am not above doing a banishing spell on a bad boyfriend or a bad girlfriend that you don't like for your child. I am not above it. So I can't tell y'all not to do it, but we're not supposed to do it. Okay? It's not right. It's really not right to do anything banishing unless you know a person is trying to harm you or a person is bringing a lot of trouble or negative energy into your life and you just don't want to go through the harsh realities of the back and forth with them. Then you can do a banishing spell. If you have a neighbor that lives next door and you don't want to live next door to them anymore, you can do a banishing spell. And when you're discarding your banishing spell with your neighbors, you want to put it like down across town go across some railroad tracks, if you want them to like move out of state, stuff like that. Like if you have a stalker or ex-boyfriend who's stalking you, you can do a banishing spell, and then when you're finishing off that spell, discard it across some railroad tracks, and either you or they will move out of state depending on what you put in the spell. Okay, so you can do banishing spells, but you don't want to be breaking people up per se. I know that's, but if it was, I'm gonna be honest, if my child brings, I have 4 daughters. If any of them bring an abusive, disrespectful, anything home, they ass is out. And it's what it is. I'm not, they already know, I'm not even thinking twice about it. And the dude better have some money, because I'm expecting my daughters to be well taken care of. I'm not in the business of looking out for grown ass men. Okay. So, but they already know their dad is real. My ex-husband is a provider, and they know what that is. So at least they got that under control. Now, police protection work. I love police protection work, guys. I think you should always, if you have any court stuff, any police stuff, always make sure you're protecting. It does get involved in the destiny thing, because for me, if I have a boyfriend, well, I won't have a boyfriend that's in anything negative, but I do have clients who are young and their boyfriends or people are in negative things. And when I say, I do teach them small little tips of herbs and little mojo bags and things that you can place under their car seats and things like that to just keep them protected. So I don't mind police protection work. I don't mind making sure that you just, your car just won't get searched. Your home just won't get searched. They'll always bypass. And it's just that simple. If you naturally, once you get your vibration right, you'll naturally walk with a protection energy, and you'll just wake up every morning and it'll automatically just fall out of your mouth. Thank you, God. I'm protected. I'm guided. I'm this, I'm that. And you'll know that you walk with that. But the police protection also, the universe will let you know when you're in that zone. Until then, and they will. Until then, guys, you want to make sure you're get some police protection oil, police stay away, stuff like that, and just do a little mojo bag and put it under your car seat, your man's car seat. And that's for people who are actually needing the police protection. Or if you're taking like a long road trip and you want to make sure you don't get pulled over because you're smoking weed or something like that in the car. So, nothing real bad, but you want to make sure you're not pulled over by anything. All right. Now, let's get into some dark work, because a lot of us, this is this time of year. This is this time. Vengeance work. You're mad at somebody. You hate them. You want them to suffer. Ay, ay, ay. It depends. I don't think vengeance work is really ever ordained by God. I'm going to be honest. I don't think he ever wants us to be out there throwing stuff. But I will say, if a person touches your child, if a person hurts you specifically, you're entitled to defend yourself. You're entitled to defend yourself. Now, you cannot be just mad at a person because they took your boyfriend. If she took your man, let her have him. You know what I mean? They gonna break up soon enough. You can do what you want. Do what you want. If a person is really trying to harm you, then you can protect yourself and do what you see fit to defend yourself. Other than that, I do not recommend you just throwing dark magic out there. You cannot do that. That thing will boomerang back on you so fast, you will not be able to blink. I'm just being straightforward with you there, okay? It is not a joke. And with the way the universe is going right now, just pay attention to the lives of the people that were trying to destroy you, or pay attention to the lives of the people that were trying to hurt you. They are in a lot of disarray, and you just have to let them be and keep on being happy. And that's really how you move on and you get them back, is you get them back with being happy and moving on with your paper. Okay. So vengeance work, I'm all about defending yourself, but I'm never about just throwing dark work. There is this thing we do in Santeria a lot. I say we as if I'm in Santeria, but when I was growing up, I used to always hear my grandmother talk about this spell that she will do called I win, you lose. And I used to always look at her and be like, why they have to lose? Like, why you have to be like that? And that's like a specific type of working. You can actually buy I win, you lose oil, I win, you lose powder. You can do I win, you lose candle workings. And okay, if it's a true competition, football, something like that, that's fun, lighthearted, you can do an I win, you lose. But when you're messing with people's jobs, when you're messing with people's family, that's a problem. And we get into the I win, you lose, we'll go that deep. There are people out here sending death spells. That is a fucking hell no. You are not to be sending any death spells. All of that karma is being accumulated in the ethers. So just like the people now who have been doing good in the world and not been out here doing mean things and doing fuck stuff, they're at a point in their exaltation in their life that all of the ancestral karma and not karma, dharma, the blessings that God has for them are lined up and are literally coming down day by day, more and more every day. Okay? They're learning more about themselves. They're getting into more alignment. They're living more happy lives. And that there was a large group, I will say the majority of the world, that was doing a lot of unhealthy, negative things. Sad to say, but it is the truth. With that being said, they're going in a decline. Some of them is a fast decline. Some of them is a small decline, depending on how much karma they have built up from the messed up stuff they were doing. And don't think that you can just kill yourself and it's over. No, you're going to be reborn. That's when you see them babies coming out the womb wailing. They're like, what the hell am I doing here again? And why am I looking at you? You know, that's what they be saying when they coming out. That's what they be saying. Because they can't believe they've been reborn. You want to know why? Because they rushed out of here not trying to finish up the job. And the universe saying, up, we back again. We back again. Okay? So dark magic, vengeance magic, destruction work, guys. So, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna have a moment of clarity with you guys. I'm gonna show you guys something so I can show y'all I'm not beyond certain things. I'll show you guys. I'm not beyond certain things. I keep candles and things like pig's tongue and cow's tongue. Now, I try not to do these type of workings, but I do indulge at times. And this is a V, okay? And a woman's private. Alea. And I want, do you need something? Okay, can you go upstairs? I'm working.
Okay.
Thank you. You look pretty though. Oh, okay. So we had my daughter just like walked in as I took the candle out. Like she just walked up on me. I like caught off guard right there. Anyway, so with destruction work, if you have ever been on any of my destruction videos on Patreon when I'm pissed off about whatever, you will see me pull out things like a penis, a vagina. You may see me pull out the whole person. You may see me pull out a doll and fill it with spirit powder, a candle, fill that with spirit powder, and we're working a person. We're putting them in boxes. We're doing this. I have a lot of work on my Patreon, okay? And I will put it down in here with the dark magic, the destruction magic. Fuck with me or my kids. I will destroy you. I will go so far as to fuck with your ancestors who are up in heaven, dog. I don't give a fuck. Don't play with my kids. Like, and I'm serious. So when you're going into these modes, and you're not supposed to, We're supposed to let, and I have to say this, we're supposed to let God handle it. But if somebody messes with one of your children, let's God forbid you find out a person has touched your child in a way or something like that. I am not beyond fucking them up. I am not beyond it. In fact, mess with mine and you will see how far I will go. And if you ever want to know, check out my Patreon on the top tier. You will see. Go, y'all top tierers, y'all can go through them and y'all will see. Okay? And it takes a lot out of you when you go this far. But I keep it to remind myself. Now, I've had this one for about a year, so I don't use them often. But if you come for me, you're going to find me. And that's what it is. But I don't be out here. I'm never the person, never, and I will say never, the person waking up and saying, oh, I'm just going to mess somebody up just to mess them up. Never that. It's always, if you've come for me in a way, you send me a death spell, I'm not going to send you a death spell back. I'm going to send you everything you sent to me times 1,000 back. You going to know it was me. I ain't going to hide a damn thing. Okay? But yes. So the destruction word, you only want to defend yourself. You don't want to be out here just throwing shit, guys. We can't just be doing that. And if you have a client, when you have clients that call you, because this is going to happen for you guys who are opening up to do spell work for clients and stuff like that. They're going to call you wanting you to destroy people. This person did this person did that. The only time I get involved in any person's relationship issues is if it's a court matter and they need protection and help to win in court. Other than that, I'm staying out of the whole thing. Because a lot of times you will do the destruction spell. They will see the destruction in that person's life and then they're calling you, asking you not to do it. Stop it. I didn't think it was going to be that bad. He almost died. You know, you do protection work on women and they get disappointed. They be literally calling you back trying to save the guy that you're protecting them from. So you just want to stay out of people's relationship dramas. Let them handle their own stuff. Don't do any return to, like when the person leave them, don't even return the person to them. You know, try to work with them on finding new love. Okay, that's like the main thing for me is when a person calls me and they want a specific person, let's pivot. Let's work on new love. Let's work on why you want a person that did this, this, and this. Because I love him. No. I know he's the one. No. But a lot of women think that. And they will be thinking, and a lot of, I wouldn't say just women, men too. They will think that somebody else's spouse is their partner. And maybe they are. A lot of times you're not supposed to be with your wife. I will say that too. A lot of times wives have done a lot of trickery to get these men, and that man was not supposed to be with them. But that's for him to figure out and move on. Okay? So it is what it is. But pretty much, I think I've gone through most of them. Yes, I think so too. I think so too, Black Karma. But yeah. So when and when not to do magic. Guys, the main point of this is don't do dark work. Don't do dark work unless somebody comes for you and you have to. Your only dabble on the dark side is at the full moon when you're block busting, you're protecting, you're uncrossing, and your road opening. That's as far as your dark work should be going. It should never be, I am destroying this person. You know, it's because also what happens when we're sending out this energy. See, when we're with the magic that I'm teaching you guys, I want us to ride certain waves. We are riding the wave. Okay? Jupiter is in this sign. It's going into this sign. It's going to make a lot of money when it transitions. We riding that wave. Jupiter is not in that sign. We're not riding that wave. That's what we're doing. When you jump out and you're out here throwing magic, into the universe, because that's what we're doing. We're throwing energy into the universe. If the planets, and that's why I always say when you're doing your magic, your weapon is God, the universe, and nature with your magic. It's all of that is in it. We're just, if let's say we're one of these willy-nilly witches, we just gonna throw some shit out there and hope it sticks. And a lot of times it will. The spell will work out. But what you don't know is dark energy that's been roaming this earth for so many hundreds of years. They harvest that energy. They ride that energy. And they take from that energy to add into their dark work. So when y'all are wondering, why is it that this evil person has been able to succeed all these years? The universe don't see energy or people as evil and good. It just recognizes vibrations. So if that evil person can stay happy enough from the mean things that they're doing, I mean, and people do, they stay happy with it, and they can ride that energetic wave of money, then they're in it. And that's when you'll see them do that. And we will be sitting there throwing magic, and we're not even properly in that vibration. Like, we have to know that when we're throwing it, we need to know where we're throwing, what wave we're riding, how we're doing it, so that our energy cannot be hijacked and used for bad. You see what I'm saying? Because that evil energy will hijack it and then give it to their tribe. And that's those evil people out here making a lot of money not looking out for others, or not making sure the money spreads. You know, and a lot of us are brainwashed, so we making sure the money don't spread on our own. So, you know, you don't want to be part of that either. Thank God we're speaking, because we're not brainwashed. So let's not even talk about the others. Okay. So yes, guys, this is really, really important, guys. Just don't do no dark work, period. Stay out of it. And if you're going to do your magic, you know, a lot of people do their magic at night. It's up to you. I do my magic in the daytime. I prefer, you know what I mean? Sometimes you will see me on my Patreon at night. You'll see me preparing spells and doing things like that. But my bulk of my magic is done daylight, daytime. I'm using the sun energy. And I do that because the sun lasts longer. You know, if I'm trying to bring quick money in, then use the moon. But if you're trying to make it last and stay and, you know, crank it out, then we're doing the sun. All right. So this is really important. Guys, today is the 1-year anniversary of Insight by Tesh. Yay! I'm so proud. I forgot to say that at the beginning of the channel, guys, the video. So today is my 1-year anniversary of the channel. I'm so proud of it, guys. I remember when I first started, I was so afraid of doing all of this, but I feel like I'm getting my groove. I'm getting my groove, and I love my Patreon. I love my YouTube. I love y'all so much. I love y'all. Thank you. Thank you. Lily like, ooh, turn up, turn up. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Janet. So I'm just really, really proud of the channel, guys. And I'm going all in with it because I love my channel and I love what I do. So y'all will be seeing me more. I know I be saying that, but it's really going down. I don't got nothing else to do but talk to y'all now. Okay. So yeah, pretty much that's really what I wanted to talk about. Watch our karma, guys. Stay away from people who are going through theirs. We are not to save them. Y'all already know the deal. You know, stay in your own portal that the universe has you in. Thank you. Thank you, Estrella. Hello, hello. I'm so happy to see you guys. I am so happy, guys. I am. All right. So do y'all have any questions for me about magic, types of magic that you should do, should not do? Any scenarios that y'all want me to listen to just before we adjourn? I don't want anybody getting messed up. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh. So, let me see. Oh, thank you. This definitely helped. I'm figuring out court situation. Okay. Okay, Tess. So what if I was nice and someone sent something that destroyed my life? You send that shit back. Return to sender. And when people are trying to destroy you like that, they put in a lot of work. That's just not like a one spell thing. That's like an everyday putting focus. You see what I'm saying? And when people do that, let me see, because I'm one to send it back and send it back. It's nothing, I don't think anything's wrong with a return to sender. You see what I'm saying? Because all you're doing is sending back the energy that they're sending. You don't want it to land and stay with you. You see what I'm saying? So just return it to sender. Get the red and black one with the arrows. I think I might have one. Let me show you which one you should get. And then you need to dress it with like sending it back a lot. Yeah, a lot. A lot. So I get this double action reversible, and I've dressed this one a while ago for somebody else. But this double action reversible, okay? You can get it with the black at the top and the red at the bottom, or it depends on what you're doing it for, okay? But either way, this is the candle that you want. If you can't find this double action reversible, what you can do is go get it's going to be more expensive. But this is what I do, is I go get a black candle, but it'll be just the wax. I don't keep those because those are so expensive, but I will buy the one that's the wax and then get the glass separate. And then I will carve in the wax real good. Like, you want to take your time. This is when you're really putting that reverse magic in there, and carve into the wax the reversible symbol, the arrows going the different ways and all that type of stuff, to send that back 100,000, 100 times full, 1,000 times full, depends on what you want. This is double action, and then I still dress it up and do all that stuff to make sure that it kicks ass when it gets through. So that's returning something that somebody sent to you. You don't just eat it. Now, the thing is though, before you go there, and I see I got a lot to read. Give me 1 second, guys. Before you go there and sending something back, how is your life now? Because if your vibration is high, you don't even want to waste your time getting into that low vibration, because then you're going to be going back and forth with that person, and we don't want that. We don't have time for that. You see what I'm saying? Let them, just like, if you've survived it and you've moved on, then just move on. Because if you're vibrating high, then why do we have to go back and fight a battle from back then? Their crush will see you moving and moving and bipping and bopping, and the universe will grip them and pull them into that we discussed on Patreon with what's happening with the world. So And I don't want to talk about that on here because it's kind of scary, guys. So I don't really want to get into that. So Daniela, if a person put in that much work to harm you, it depends on where you are. If you're still in that state where you're struggling, then you are definitely in the vibrational place where you can send that back to them and send all that energy back to them. But if you're not, if you've made it through the storm and you're vibrating high and you're happy in life, don't waste your time. Move on. Let the universe is going to take care of them, because that means you've already done all the work to get through it. So you're going to get the blessings for doing the work of getting through it. Saturn is not going to forget that you did the work to get through whatever they did put you through. So you'll get blessings back from doing the work and making it through whatever they did. Okay? So don't ever think that you don't get that back. That's why the planets come in the way they do. You said in your heart it's not done, Black Karma. I do think you should. I thought I told you to. Lily, I thought I told you should do a protection spell for him. Yes, but you need to make him a bath to cleanse him as well. And it don't have to be nothing super big. Keep it simple for him, Lily. Because he's a kid. I don't want him putting Florida water on his skin. What am I thinking of for him? Garlic, sea salt, hyssop. To see, it's not his karma, but it's like it'll help, and some angelica root. And make him a tea, like make that a tea bath, and then let him and pour that. Don't let him soak in that. When he's taking his shower, make sure it's cool down and pour it over him, or make it pour that with a cup over top his head and make sure he's cleansing him. Make sure it's fully cooled down though, guys. Okay. Estrella. Is there a special oil to make for special need children? So I'm going to give it to you straight. My son had a speech problem. He hates coming in my room, almost like something this thing. Okay. You need to make him, you should make an oil. And in the oil, you can just use like any base, olive oil or grapeseed oil, whatever base, coconut oil, whatever base you want to use for the oil. But get some chicory powder, or if you get coffee with chicory in it. And I don't know the balance of chicory and coffee that's in the chicory and coffee mix. So if you want to add, like if you can find some chicory separate, but they have coffee with chicory in it. The coffee is going to help clear his mind and like calm his thoughts enough. And then the chicory is going to calm him down, like calm his mind down. So the coffee will clear his thoughts and like clear the mind. And then the chicory will also, because the coffee got the caffeine in it, so it'll kind of like run through him and give him that energy too. But then the chicory will calm the mind down. I like chicory when I'm dealing with my clients who got like, and I'm not to say your son has schizophrenia or anything like that, it's there or nothing, but when they have like hyper or schizophrenia or anything where their mind is boom, 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 boom. They can't catch a moment, or they feel like they're hearing things. I will give them put some chicory and some oil and let that sit for a while. What else would I put in there? Chicory. I wouldn't put any mugwort because I don't want to enhance his psychic stuff. I want to like calm his mind down. So a little coffee, some chicory, some oil. I'm trying to think of what else I will put in there. Because that's all I would want him to have is the chicory with the coffee, and just put it on his skin. When you're anointing him, put it on his third eye, behind his neck, his wrist right here. This is where like the oils will seep in really good. Okay. And when he's going to sleep at night, if you have cascarilla at nighttime, put a little cascarilla on his forehead. Does he sleep well at night? Okay, so yeah. Lily, don't use the Florida water because I was thinking like kids be having sensitive skin and I don't want him to get breakout from that. But the tea that I told you to make, that shouldn't break him out. Angelica root, garlic, hyssop, and salt. That shouldn't break him out. And you know how to make the tea bath. And again, don't let him sit in that. Run it over him. We want to wash that off. And when you're giving him the bath, what time is it? Read Psalms 24 and Psalm 64 is good too. Read Psalms 24. You can read Psalm 64. And Psalms 19. And Estrella, over your son at nighttime, read Psalms. Hold on. Read Psalm 62 and Psalms 40 when you're praying over your son. You can also I think that's pretty good. I want to make sure. Okay. I think I had said Psalms 14, or I said Psalms 24. I think I said Psalms 24. Okay. Psalms 14 I don't think Psalms 14 is a good one. I think the ones that I've told you are the ones that I would like for you to. Yeah. Yeah. Because those will help with receiving God's blessings and God's favor and faith, and protecting you from enemies, and protecting your son was for yours, Lily. So my son is autistic, so everything you're saying is exactly him. Okay, that's great. He's sleeping better now. Yeah, I think those are good. 24, 19, and 64. Yes. 24, 19, and 64. And then Esther needs to do 19. And I think I had said another one for you. Blessings. It was one for strength. Try 96 as well. And 40. I love this book. I'm telling you. I don't even have to. I just love this book. One of my favorites. So yes, and I'm gonna go through. I was in my garage the other day and I found some books I was reading during my spiritual awakening, guys. So I'm gonna pull them out and I'm gonna come on here and talk about these books because they were really, really good. I've had somebody come on and ask me what books did I use during my spiritual awakening. I don't really use books for my witchcraft, but the Power of the Psalms, and the Bible is it. But for my spiritual awakening, I did use a few books during those times, and I just think they were wonderful. So I'm gonna share them with you. I'm gonna pull them out, dust them off, and share them with you, and just tell you some of the things I've learned and what I'm reading now, so that y'all can get onto those. I'm more trying to get myself organized and be more productive with the day. So that's really it. Other than that, my loves, I gotta take my baby to her trunk or treat.
Yes, now see me got look that was.
Oh Lord.
Yes, yes. Hold on. Allah.
Okay. She's so grown. Oh my goodness. I can't do nothing. And she's 7. She's 7. I'm trying to keep her off the camera, so that's what we do. All right, guys.
We do everything.
We do everything. All right, my loves. I will see you. Thank you. That's my baby. Grown.
Hope you have a happy Halloween.
I'll see y'all later. I don't know what to do with her. I'll see y'all later. Bye, guys. Alea.